welcome to the Margins Podcast.
We talk about books.
What kind of books?
The ones that start a conversation.
Leave a mark?
Stay up too long after the last page.
Yeah, as long as we get there.
Oh, well, even if we stumble through, guys, you're here with us. And that's what matters. Back for another week. This week, guys, obviously it's Black History Month. So we want to do something where we're shining some light on Black stories, Black authors, etc. This week, we are highlighting Randy McKinnon's The Prophecy. I do want to put a pin in this to say that this is an audiobook. So for you guys that are busy, you got chilling, you got jobs, you got all sorts of stuff, this is perfect for you.
Yeah.
You got 1, 2, 3, 4 kids. It's kind of hard to juggle these things and read through a full book. This is a great way to get into a story. Number one, because this is like a full cast audiobook.
Yeah.
Right?
Beautifully done. Great actors. Leading the way with Kerry Washington.
Lawrence
Fishburne. And then so many others. But
it's a lot of big actors.
It is a audio experience. So it is one of those ones that has sound effects.
Yeah.
Has you just feel like you're there. But yeah, we'll get more and more into that as we go along. Here's a little breakdown, or we'll say a little teaser of it. It starts with the world feeling slightly off. Strange events, disasters that don't line up, and a sense that something bigger is moving underneath everything we think we understand. Then a woman shows up inside a government facility and calmly says something that should be impossible. As officials scramble for answers and people search for the meaning of the story asks a quiet but unsettling question: what happens when faith, science, and fear all collide at the same time?
Yeah, it's like this is what I thought the Book of Eli was going to be.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a great one. That is a great one.
Right? Like when you first like this is what I thought the Book of Eli was going to be.
I mean, let's just go right off the bat. Let's go off topic really quick with Book of Eli. Well, it's adjacent.
Yeah.
How do you like that one?
I love Book of Eli.
Really?
Yeah. Compared to where I thought it was going to be to where it was, I'm all for action.
Yeah.
I'm all for action.
Yeah.
Loved, strong word. I liked it. It was good. I watched it twice.
I thought it had all. Yeah, I think I've watched it probably twice, two times or 3 times, 2 or 3 times. Really enjoyed it. Obviously, we'll always love Denzel and
anything.
And the cast was amazing in that.
Yeah,
definitely. Some points that were, I thought could have been not even reined in. I don't even know what it was. What I expected, but also felt like I was left wanting.
I always thought there was supposed to be another one.
Yeah.
Like there was this huge setup of like, is he blessed? Does he have a superpower? Okay, he does, or something, because he's blind, right?
Yeah.
You figure that out. And now I want the rest of the story, because it's really just you following his path.
Yeah.
Right? On his journey to someplace. And then it kind of just ends with, like, I thought it was a cliffhanger.
Oh, man. I'm going to take the L on this. I've said I've seen this 2 or 3 times. Maybe I've only seen it once. Because this is how ignorant it's going to sound.
Wrong movie.
No. I know what movie. Was he blind?
He was fucking blind.
I thought it was just the fact that the book was in Braille. He was the only one that... Yeah?
He was blind.
I'm not willing to fight you on this.
He was blind as fuck.
I'm just ignorant as fuck. Wow.
That's hilarious. You missed a huge plot
That's a pretty good point. That's a pretty good book or movie, whatever it is.
So he wasn't just regular Denzel going through kicking people's ass.
That's why he had the shades on at all times.
That's why he had the shades on at all times. That's what made it magical. Like that was the big reveal of like, oh shit, he's blind this whole time?
I thought the big reveal was the fact that the book was just in Braille and that he was taught how to read it.
Right.
And I was like, oh, that's cool.
just being able to read in general at that.
Yeah.
A post-apocalyptic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get you. I can see that. But no, it's that he was blind.
Yeah. Well,
there you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is going back to the story. This is like that where it's biblical, but it's like science fiction biblical. If that makes sense.
We're at the start, not at the post-apocalyptic.
It's like if everything in the Bible was written for what's going to happen today, like starting today, the Bible happens.
And you know that there's definitely been. I know that there's been miniseries and other films that are adjacent to this. I probably could have done a quick Google search to be like, oh, like this and this, because it's such not an easy thing. Because if done wrong, you're a D, C, B list movie real quick. You're straight to a DVD.
Exactly.
You know, because it's like, oh, this is corny. This is super corny. Mm-hmm. But I will say, this was done super, super well. Which should be clarified that we are covering season 1. They just came out with season 2. I believe at the end of the last year. I should get that date. Yeah, end of last year. And I will tell you where season 1 leads up or ends. We'll save that for the spoiler for later on in the episode.
Yeah.
But I will say that at the end of season 1, I was ready to hit play for season 2 right away.
Yeah, for sure.
So love that.
Once again, guys, it's basically a fucking movie. It's an audiobook, but it's basically the sound effects. Mm-hmm. You have a crazy cast. Mm-hmm. You know, crazy cast.
Crazy talented.
Check it out. Yeah. And I was gotta preface with this. It's not long. I think like so they break up the audiobook into episodes.
Yeah, 8
Each episode's about 30 minutes too.
So 4 hours.
Just
over 4 hours, probably.
A little bit over 4 hours.
And then I know season 2 is just about 6.5.
Yep. Not bad.
So, I mean, those two together is, I mean, I don't know. We haven't read season or listened to season 2 yet.
Yeah.
So we won't be able to tell you if there's going to be a third. But if there wasn't, this would at least be a decent sized book, like 4 hours, or those two together would be 10 hours. So
yeah, a regular size
math
audiobook.
I can do maths.
Next book, they got it's already out, so Randy don't listen to me. Mm-hmm. Got to dip into some Constantine.
Oh yeah.
You know, like let's blow some shit up.
Mm-hmm.
Let's shoot some shit.
I got a book for you if you like Constantine and directions. Anyway, so with that said, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing
our host check-in. We didn't do that.
Yeah, that's true. Chilling like a villain. Honestly, I'm still in that rut I told you about like a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Still in that fucking rut. I'm like, okay, I get it. Whatever the message is, I get it. Life, relax.
Can we move on?
Focus on somebody else.
Yeah.
You ever been like in class and you just getting fucking you get the highlight on, you're just not ready. You're like, please move on. Please move on.
I got this wrong.
So I'm in that space, or I'm just like, just keep swimming.
Yeah.
But fuck it.
Yeah.
Things will work out. Like, that's the good thing. That's the amazing part about life, is that if you just keep fucking at it, shit will work out in some way, shape, and form. Yeah. What about you?
I won't get into details. I was feeling great about like these last couple of months, and I still do. Clarify, still feel great. But where you're just like, oh, we're sitting well, whether it be, let's say, goals, financial, whatever, trajectory, whatever you want to call it,
right?
Or whatever the topic may be, and then you reassess, and you're like, oh.
Some room for improvement.
There's room for improvement. I thought I was example that I will give. Currently in a calorie deficit. Yeah, y'all know.
Amazing
for listeners.
So much fun.
Been cutting for a while here. Thank you for the applause. But I wanted to dial it in and make sure that because I was like, oh, am I hitting a plateau? I feel like I'm hitting a plateau. Mm-hmm. So put in my numbers, made sure I knew exactly how everything should be weighed. And then I went back and weighed what I've been typically eating, and I was like, "Oh, that's why." So it's a whole thing of like, oh, I have the experience. I know typically, even if you've done something for a very long time, it's good to reassess and make sure your measurements are, you're not always eyeing it.
Yeah.
Because I was literally, let's say, for my example, we're talking about potatoes because that is what it was. It was like literally double what I was usually, like I was thinking what it was actually, I was doubling it. And I was like, oh, that's probably why. Now on the other side, let's say financially, it's the opposite where you're like, oh, I think I have double this. And actually you only have half of that.
Yeah, that's usually how it works out.
That too.
That's usually how that shit works out.
So there's a bit of that. But altogether, I've had great friends, one sitting right next to me, another who's a listener, you know who you are, who reminds me also about my career with acting, and asked me about like, oh, how's that going? How's getting management? How's your headshots? And I was like, I promise you now, and I promise to our listeners and to the guy next to me, by the end of March, no matter what quality they are, we will have headshots and we will have them submitted with an agency.
Let's go. I like that.
Either way, it has to be done. Whether it's on my iPhone and they laugh me off the stage or whatever, it's done. Because you can't keep making excuses, you know?
Do it in the house. Yeah. We have Nikon, we have Canon, we have 50mm lens, we have regular 35.
No excuse.
No excuse.
No excuse.
Awesome. Glad to hear you're doing well. Goals, good. Family, good.
Oh no, dude, I'm dying. Just kidding. Did I forget that part? Sorry, guys. This is my last day here. Just kidding. No, I'm good. I'm good.
All right. So, guys, this story. So, I don't really read a lot of. What would you call this? What genre would this fall into?
I honestly don't know. That would be a good thing to know before we started the podcast. Let me I'm gonna pull an Audible and just pull it up really quick.
Religious fiction.
That's what I was thinking. That's
something in that area.
I have a bit of a, and I'm sorry for those that are. I mean, this isn't. It's going to sound judgmental, but it's not. It's more so for my life, and I respect yours 100%. But I get an ick whenever it comes to anything religious-based because of my, past experiences with religion and religious trauma. It is what it is. So, let me see what it says at the top of what it...
Spiritual fiction. That's my... Family Feud.
Creative biblical retelling, engaging plot twists. That's not what the genre is.
No.
Nah, bruh. First, that's funny. I'll tell you. We'll save that for later. Podcast. Oh, we should mention it's referenced also as as a podcast. A lot of these audiobooks, we have one coming up here soon.
Yeah.
With an awesome interview. Let's keep it secret for now. But which also started as a podcast and then picked up by Audible to be an Audible original. So we're excited about that. We'll be having another one of these. It is actually under, at least on Audible, adventure, alternative history, and science fiction.
I see the science fiction. Alternative history I don't see, but whatever. Yeah. I don't work for Audible.
No.
I would put it as spiritual fiction. Audible, if you're listening, get a new genre, bro.
Yeah,
that's the one. Think
about it.
Spiritual fiction.
Think about
it. So spiritual fiction. Think Left Behind. I think it's called The Last Day of Summer.
Is that the repeat one? Or no? No. That's a different one.
Last Day of Summer is like. I'll tell you about it later.
Okay.
I'll tell you about it later. It's decent though. I'll say, think VeggieTales. So,
ooh, never mind. I'll bring that up later. There's another one that I
but if you guys aren't really into like the whole religious aspect, don't shy away from the book. The cast will do the rest for you.
Yeah,
like it's. How do I put this? It's like watching a movie.
Yeah. Did you steer away from Matrix? Did you steer away from?
Right.
Did you steer away from Man of Steel when he hit the crucifixion pose? No. He did.
Man of Steel was a reach. But,
No.
Matrix for sure.
Absolutely.
For real?
Rewatch it. There's so much symbolism in it, and Zack Snyder's actually talked about it. But like when he goes to literally a priest and talks in the church, and sitting like his silhouette right behind him is stained glass of Christ behind Superman. And then when he reabsorbs, you can even imagine this now. Remember the I think it was in the trailer, but when he's like out in space and he's like whatever, and then the sun hits him.
Yeah.
He's in the pose. The
Interesting.
sun giving him.
Never noticed that.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
You need some religious trauma, my guy. Then you'd be like, I see what you're trying to do.
See, you would catch that. You would catch that before.
I would.
Me.
I have a radar for that real quick.
For sure. But I mean, honestly, and you know, this is neither here nor there, but the Bible, if for you guys have read pretty deep into it, it's quite. It's a lot of various stories that are definitely, I won't say magical, but they're spiritual.
Yeah.
Lots of spiritual stories, and they bring that here. So you'll get names like Moses, names like Joshua, names like
Daniel,
Jonah. Names like Mary, Jonah,
Thomas.
So they had and modern tellings of their stories, right? Which is very interesting. We'll get into one that honestly would have been hilarious to do with Dante and them on, because we've had this discussion before, which is Mary's storytelling in a modern setting. I was dying listening to this because like just the conversations I've had about the Immaculate Conception with my friends and how that would go now, like today's world.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Explain it.
Hilarious. But anyway, so I think that you guys kind of got an idea what what it was about.
A little bit about the creator, because he wears so many hats. He is the creator, the writer, the executive producer of all this. This is Randy McKinnon. He does so much. We reached out to Randy, but unfortunately we're not able to get him in time on the pod.
We're not turtly enough for the Turtle Club.
But season 2, maybe? Season 2? Come on. Talk about it a little bit more. But yeah, he is out here in LA.
Yeah.
Producing great stories. Obviously with a great cast. And pushing the boundaries of everything. So we love it. We love it. So with that, let's go ahead and do the 5 hard questions.
Awesome.
Are you ready?
Question number 1.
Question number 1.
Most of the tension in the story comes from people not knowing how to seriously take what's happening. What's something in your life you initially brushed off as a joke that later turned out to matter more than expected? That is true. Most of this book is like, are you fucking serious? Stop playing. Stop lying. This is, of course, this is wrong.
I feel like Rachel would be the better one to be able to be like, oh, remember when you laughed this off and then we got here? I'll say, you know what? I'll just go ahead and say that because the first thing that comes to mind. There have been plenty of times where maybe I'm not laughing it off, but I belittle it. Not her, obviously. Guys, come on, be better. But there's something with the apartment that we live in where it's like, oh, there's a small leak, and I'm like, I'll take care of it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Fast forward, water's falling down through our ceiling, and but that is like a way. I'm not saying it's a good way. Yeah. It's definitely a coping mechanism. It's definitely a way to calm the storm that's coming. But also there's been like not red flags, but like things have come up where I'm like, oh, this could be bad, but it also could just pass over and it not be a big issue.
Right.
So I'm going to calm everything down. I'm going to say, hey, not a big issue. No, famously, what you always say whenever I tell you something's going on?
No problem.
No problem. That's what it is.
It's no problem.
No problem. No problem. And then when it becomes a problem and we have to call a plumber or call the landlord or whatever, then it gets serious.
Then you got to worry about it then, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think my landlord listens to this, but yeah, this is the last year that we're going to be staying in our unit because we've put up with a lot. We've put up with a lot.
I'll text you. You've been putting up with a lot. Huh?
Yeah, huh? I've actually been supporting your podcast this whole time. But yeah, at the end of this year. So with that said, that is definitely something I try to laugh off a lot of these things that come up just so that, I maybe even just to give myself time.
Yeah.
To reassess and figure out how to fix it.
What
about you?
Fair. Lots of the same things.
Yeah, I figure.
Yeah, lots of the same things.
I figure that. Going to question number 2.
Yeah.
This story keeps putting people in situations where they don't have a clear playbook. As a father, that's you. What's something you've realized you can't prepare your kids for, no matter how much you plan? We've been asked similar questions before, but what I did adjust it to was something that there's no way around it.
Yeah, and I get it. For me,
I know
when
you get it.
This, I'm gonna help them understand.
I already tried that, and you fine, whatever.
You can't control what your kid on like a mass scale, what they're exposed to. Mm-hmm. You can try your hardest. You can say no tablet until they're 16, no phone till you're 16, no whatever till you're 16. What they're interested in and what they are exposed to is largely due to the zeitgeist of their age.
Yeah.
Like they're experiencing things completely different than what you're experiencing.
Which you are not tapped into.
You're not tapped into. They're going to say shit just like, where'd you hear that at? They're going to dance, they're going to do something, or you're like, where in the world did you get this from? And yeah, and it's just, there doesn't have to be a rhyme or reason behind it. A lot of times there is no rhyme or reason. No. They're just doing it because they saw someone else do it.
Yeah.
And just remember when you were a kid, like we didn't have the fucking internet. We didn't have all the other shit. And we all played the same games. We had the same jokes. Like culture happens at the speed of light.
Yeah.
Don't quote me. Pretty sure that's wrong. But that shit happens everywhere at all times. All the time. Everywhere all at once. And yeah, so long story short, I had to like come to peace with that. I was like, oh, I can't protect her from anything. Like I could protect her from like physical threats, and I could prepare her mind to be stronger and to be, think critically and stuff like that and navigate certain things. But for the most part, it's more important that you build them up to be able to deal with things, because ultimately they are their own first person shooter.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to experience things at their own time, and you're always going to be late to the party. Like, you're always going to be late to the party. You're always going to catch them in the act or after they have done something. Mm-hmm. It's almost impossible. You're living a whole different timeline, bro.
That's great advice. That's great advice. Basically, get ready.
Get ready. Do what you can.
Just get ready.
Lead by example. Hope for the best.
Love that.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 3. So in the Prophecy season 1, they ask you to wait for information, for proof, for resolution. When you're stuck, waiting without answers, do you tend to fill the silence, distract yourself? Do you just sit with it? Or does that change as you get older? Bruh. When I made this question, I didn't have any hopes as far as like hoping it would land on you. But I just knew that when it was, for me, my anxiety, the main reason that I am on Zoloft, and that why it has balanced me out, is because for so long in my own life, when there was some sort of issue, some sort of contention with family, friends, partners, whatever it may be, bro, I couldn't sleep. So like if there was like ever anything between me and the girl I was dating, which only could be Rachel because that's the only person I've ever dated, and whoever
no one else exists.
No one ever exists. But if there was ever an issue, I'm staying up all night thinking about like spiraling, doing all the negative what ifs. So the whole waiting game of like any situation would irk me to the degree.
Yeah.
Like I don't handle it well. So because of that, I've gone through, I've medicated, and then I've also through therapy learned I've gained different tools, whether it be breathing or I might have said this before, but one of the main things that helped me a lot through therapy, or that I gained from therapy, was your mind will definitely think of 100 negative what ifs before it thinks of any positive ones.
Yeah.
So pulling out that scrap piece of paper or your journal or whatever it may be, you can list the negative ones, but bar for bar, you should be matching it with
something
any positive thing that's coming on. So for me, that's coming from someone who's just a ball of anxiety. I do not sit with it well. Even now, I don't. I'm better. Mm-hmm. We're better. We're getting there. But if you tell me, hey, can we talk about something later?
Stressed out.
No, just kill me now. Just stab me. I'd rather you shoot me right now than have me wait to find out that you want to say, hey, if you could just fold it this way instead of that way. I'm like, okay, but even that.
That's fair. For me, I'm so different now than how I used to be, So in all honesty, like when I was younger, before I had like that huge temperament change, definitely I was pretty impatient with things to happen. Everything had to happen now. I need the answers now. You can't give it to me right now. Why? What's up? What's going on? Am I not reading this right? I'm not reading the room right. Am I not approaching it right? Now though, no, I'm literally the opposite.
Not your problem until it is.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd love to have that. I can say it 100 times. Live it? Nah.
Yeah, it's a switch. It was like a switch that I had to flip one day, and honestly, I peaked. I was so stressed out to the point to where I got alopecia and like all this other shit, and I just peaked. Like my stress peaked out to the point to where I physically start to feel the heat from my stress, and I was like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm done. I'm putting this down. I'm not picking it back up." So, here we are.
All right. Question number 4. Number 4. Several relationships in this story exist under pressure without anyone naming it out loud. In your friendships, how do you usually notice when something is off before anyone talks about it? We'll talk about the core.
The guys. Honestly,
pause for open. Go ahead.
For me, I think that there's a way that we interact, and if that deviates, that's like a very early sign.
If the pattern changes,
that and because the pattern, it's like over the course of a long period of time. We've had it trends, so we've had ups and downs and sideways and all the in betweens, right? So if something happens to that pattern. Pause, bro. If something happens to that pattern, I'm like, okay, yeah, well, something's going on. Something's either going on with me, like I fucked up and I just didn't notice it, or they're going through something and they haven't spoken to me about it yet.
You need to reach out.
I got to reach out because we're pretty consistent over time. That's the easiest way. It's just looking at, we have a long, I've known them, like my close friends. I've known them longer than, not longer I've been alive, but more years than not. They've been in my life more years than they weren't in my life. So,
that makes sense. Yeah. I think for me, I've learned that if there's any sign of, if I get anything out of intuition about reach out to so-and-so, I try to jump on it as fast as possible. Do I always do that? No. Am I perfect at it? No. But that is something where I'm like, well, even if it's subconscious, like whatever, a text to someone, a call, whatever, can really make the difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or you can just annoy them. Either way, I'll do it. I'll be that person.
See, this guy's a great friend.
Yeah, I try to be.
That's good, though.
Let's wrap it up.
Question number 5.
Number 5.
A lot of characters here are close to something important without being the ones it's centered on. How do you feel about being a part of something meaningful without being the voice or the face of it? It's an interesting question.
Yeah.
I just read 6 or 7 books in the series that are all based on that.
I turn it to you then. What do you think?
In reading, I hated it reading it. I didn't hate it. I had to learn to like it, because I was like, what the fuck is the point of having a main character if his whole role is to push other people up in front of him like they're the main characters?
Sidestep.
For 7 books. That shit was crazy. But everything else was so well done. I just kept reading and I kept reading and I kept reading. But it was kind of irritating because you never get the satisfaction of them just overcoming. I didn't notice how much I wanted that in a main character. Like, I want you to have the issue, like the trials, tribulations, and everything, but I want to see you overcome. I want to see you become greater than, because I have to sit with you in all the shit sucky parts, all the parts where you're struggling, and I want to see the gains. So that's in readership. In real life, though, once again, temperament change. I had the point where I was like the class clown. I felt like I had to be a part of everything. Everyone knew me for different reasons and stuff. And then I realized there's so much, anonymity, love. Like, you can, honestly, there's so much power in just like not being the center of attention. And in terms of learning, comprehension, just taking notes of what's going on around you. I think that it's much more of a blessing to be a blessing to someone than to be the blessed. And it took me to grow up to realize that.
I love that. That's solid. I'm not gonna top that. If you think I'm gonna, I'm not.
You can do it.
I can't. What I actually was thinking about when it came to this question was, we can cut this if we need to, but as far as like when there's like a bigger thing at hand, a lot of times when any issues come up, or with it, when it's ethnically based, a lot of people will turn to whatever ethnicity it is, their friend, their closest cohort, and be like, "What do you think? You should speak on this."
Right.
And I've had that too.
Yeah, because sometimes you're the ethnic friend.
Yeah. And I think for me, when I'm adjacent to it, but it's not about me, it's a push and pull, because I feel like there's responsibility, and not pride in a bad way. I don't say that like with ego involved.
Yeah.
Like almost like protecting and wanting to make sure that we have a good, like there's a good narrative out there. But there's also like why do I have to be the one to answer your questions like at the same time? So that was something that crossed my mind, and I was going to ask for you, especially with it being Black History Month, of how your experience has been with that.
I've been token a few different times, and honestly, I never really gave a fuck, because I don't really let things like that bother me. If I have actual insight, I'll try my best to give it, but sometimes, especially historically, sometimes I don't. I'm not the best person for this, and I will let you know. Hey, guy, gal, I don't know. I'm probably not the best person to ask this. Like I know about what I know, and so I usually stick to my guns.
I think that's specifically why I came across, like I thought about the same thing, because I also Polynesian background, whatever. I mean, you could pick apart many. It doesn't even have to be ethnically based. You could say like career. You could say whatever. But when someone goes to you and like, oh, you are this. What do you think?
Yeah.
But let's stay in the at least for me, the uncomfortable of like it being about ethnicity. I am quick to be like, oh, well, this is my resume on it. I really don't think like I'm the one.
Yeah.
Like I can't answer that for you. I can, but my experience isn't going to be everyone's experience.
To be fair to everyone, especially to ourselves, a lot of times the people who are asking this, they don't know enough to care. So even if I had anything great to give, the person that I'm usually engaging with in these moments, they don't know enough to actually give a fuck. And I'm not MLK, speaking ethnically. I'm not Martin Luther King. I'm not, Malcolm X. I'm not Rosa Parks. I'm not this person who built their life and their identity around the growth of justice in the Black world, right? So what I have to say is probably going to be minimal to these people, I'm not going to name drop, but in real life that happened to me at work, and it was like, oh, I didn't know this is, that's not like they didn't say I didn't know this was important, but they're like, is this important to you guys? You're Black and you work here. I just didn't know, and it ended up being kind of emotional for them. And for me, it wasn't emotional. And I was just thinking like, okay, one, thank you for getting emotional about it, I guess. But I'm just the wrong person because I don't care. Like, whether we get this holiday off or not, I'm going to still work because I'm just at that point in my life where I have to work and grind. I'm in the grind phase, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I'm not. So, yeah. Yeah. Good question, though. Good answer, too. Good answer.
Same. I love that insight.
All right, guys. That's it for 5 hard questions.
That was 5 hard questions.
For you guys who are new to 5 hard questions, it's just us transposing the themes and underlying themes and context that the books that we're reading and going over, and then putting into like a real world context that we deal with.
Because a lot of times
you guys deal with.
Yeah, you're gonna reflect on these books, and you'll be asked the same questions, like kind of like the mundane, repetitive ones that are clear as day.
Yeah.
What we like to do is try to, when we can, get to the roots of the book, of the themes, and think of how, like Cristiano said, how we see it in our own reflection and apply it. So it is our bread and butter. It is our favorite part of the episode. We hope you enjoy it just as much. But with that said, let's go ahead and get into the deep dive discussion.
Let's discuss this book, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot to go over with the book.
Reimagining prophecy. So we kind of touched on this earlier.
Yes.
There's a little bit, not a little bit. It is very much, we're covering, this is taking stories from the Bible. Directly
this is
from
the Bible, but today.
Yeah.
It's because when you think about the Bible, you think about it being historical context, right? This is the stories of the Bible happening to you now. Now you are Mary. You are Virginia, Maryland, Virgin Mary.
Yeah.
And so Virginia is the main character. The story follows her. And as you guys can obviously understand from what we just said, she goes through similar things as the Virgin Mary. So she's married, and she gets pregnant. Her husband is like, my sperm count ain't high enough for this.
I was going to say.
My sperm count ain't high enough for this.
I think it's a TikTok or a reel or something of like, oh, where'd you get this bread? I baked it. But we don't have an oven. Exactly.
That's what happens here.
Hey.
And so, I'm not going to lie. I was laughing. It probably wasn't like a part to be laughed at, rolling. Because I think it's just, the whole Virgin Mary story is hilarious to me as a man, for your wife to come home pregnant and like, I promise you, I didn't have sex with nobody else. Bro, I don't care how religious you are. It's fucking funny. It's funny, bro. Especially like in like a today's context. Hilarious. And So when when Virginia was telling her husband that she's fucking pregnant, and obviously they get into the initial fight, and then he goes to the doctor and comes back and say, "Yo, I just got checked."
He's like 0.0001.
I don't got enough sperm to get you pregnant.
Yeah,
bro, I'm fucking dying because it's just hilarious. It's a hilarious thought. Like when I was younger, I even wrote like a little stand up thing about that. I just think it's fucking funny. Like it's hilarious.
That's funny.
But anyways, guys. So you have Mary. You also have what's Lawrence Fishburne's character? He's the police officer.
Thomas. No. He's like the head of like it's a government entity.
It's a government
that is investigating, because during all this that's happening, there is unnatural major what do you call those?
Shit going on.
Yeah. Biblical style natural disasters.
Yes. And so he answers to the president.
Yeah.
And the president's like, bro, what the fuck is going on? Your job is to tell me what's going on. So Lawrence Fishburne's character, Thomas, is researching this stuff.
Yeah.
And later on, you realize that he's a lot more intertwined. We'll get into spoilers, I guess.
Mm-hmm. But I guess since we did do the whole Mary thing, so Virgin Mary, Thomas would be represented as doubting Thomas, the apostle that needed to see in order to believe.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And then you have
Daniel,
which I fucked with his story because I liked the story when I was younger.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely.
And Daniel, this story took place overseas, right? Because he was like in the UK or something like that, right? And he was working with animals in a zoo. Something happened to where he ended up
needed to go into the lion's den, literally. And they were supposed to be sedated. Yep,
and they weren't. People got fucked up. He didn't. Ended up being a thing. You also have
Jonah.
He actually gets swallowed by a whale, and people are weirded out by it because, like, bro, the measurement said that you were down there for 3 days, 72 hours.
72 hours. And at 10,000
feet or something. Yeah. And so he kind of didn't want to have nothing to do with it. Out of everyone else, he was like, I don't want to talk to nobody about this shit. I don't want to answer questions. I don't know. I think that he had the most human reaction. Everyone, like Mary, she accepted what was happening immediately. And she just wanted everyone to go along with her. Everyone else had something similar. Daniel less so. But Jonah was like, I don't know. I don't want to ask you fucking questions. Yeah. That shit was strange, yes. And I think that his come to Jesus moment, so to speak, was a bit slower. The ramp up was a little bit slower.
Yeah, and all this is happening with like a ticking time clock. Yes. Not to the point of like with disillusion where we know that there's an exact time, but the president is asking for answers.
Right.
So Thomas is trying to get extrude all this information from all these different witnesses or these different people that came to him.
They're
this
searching
random government facility.
Yeah.
And they're trying to prove their point. He's trying to validate whether it's true or not while he's still fighting, what the disbelief he has, obviously, because it's so sci-fi-esque.
Yeah. And he's not the only person. Like, I think he's probably the picture person for like the disbelief. But there's a sense of disbelief over everyone.
Even those that are trying to prove their point. Daniel, Jonah, Mary, all of them tell their stories. And even to this point, they're at the point where they believe, but you get to hear throughout the story how they got to that and became true believers.
For Mary, it's like the alternative is that I cheated on my husband.
Yeah. So I'm a believe.
I'm a believe. Her buy-in was extremely, like, I'm not gonna say low, but she bought in very quickly.
She found out she was pregnant, and within 7 weeks
had the baby.
Yeah.
So yes, this is a story. The prophecy is a story about the Bible, biblical things happening to everyday people today.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, guys. Even if you don't you're not interested in like religion and stuff, that's still very interesting. Also, it's kind of like Crash or Sense8 or something like this, where everyone's lives are very much connected.
Stop trying to push Crash in it. We've seen it.
Just want to make sure
Just
for the
kidding.
people who
No,
have
it
not
is-
seen it.
It's almost exactly like I had the same thought.
Right? Like, it's like everyone's life is
Intertwined
connected.
stories, yeah.
Yes. And you gotta bring up Sense8 because Sense8 is like one of the questions that we put on here where your life is connected, but someone else is the main character kind of thing. And so obviously in this one it's Mary, the Virgin Mary. Yeah. There's a lot of shit that happens. If you guys are into like, the Bible, you're gonna love this. If you have not read it, check it out.
Yeah. One thing I want to say before we get into spoilers, I guess, is what I enjoyed about this audiobook. We've done a couple so far, and just the ones I've listened to as well. There's when they are just audiobooks and there's no physical copy.
Yeah.
I have noticed sometimes the creators, obviously because they're the ones that write the words before the narrators can read them or the voice actors can read them, but there's like direction in what they're saying where the line ends like, there you are over to my right. And I'm like, oh, that takes me out of it because I understand what you're doing and I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But also
you're doing too much.
You're giving me that much information. I do feel like I'm watching a show opposed to, enjoying something. So this does not do that. Yeah. This did not do that. Yeah. This did not do that.
Absolutely.
That's the only thing I want to say before we get into spoilers.
I agree. You're right about that. It definitely left some things to imagination.
Yeah.
All right. Spoiler zone.
Spoiler zone.
Okay. So the big bad isn't really revealed until the end of the book. Like Luther, is that his name?
The new candidate you're talking about? Yeah. I didn't. Yeah. I believe so.
I think it's Luther. And he obviously that's a play on Lucifer.
Yeah.
And I didn't like how they did Thomas. Not gonna lie.
How so?
Because Thomas is such a pivotal piece of the first book, and then all of a sudden it's like, you can't protect us anymore. You can't do anything for us anymore.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, everybody would come to me without me. All this shit ain't happening.
I mean, without him though, if he would have just believed right from the get,
he's not in a position to believe. In the whole book,
others would have.
I don't know.
Peter would have.
Your job, well, your job is to convince the president of the United States.
It's true.
I have 4 hours to convince the president of the United States of XYZ so he can get on the phone and tell everyone, the world, what's going on. And I'm going to need more proof. If this is what's happening, I'm going to need more proof. Because, honestly, I can see you poisoning your husband. You know what I mean? Like, if you might have had a baby with someone else. You see this shit all the time on 40 Hours. Is that what it's called?
48 Hours.
40 Hours.
First 48 or whatever.
First 48. You see that shit all the time. Dateline, all the time. Now I eat that shit up.
Yeah.
So, and that actually happens, guys. And it's part of the spoilers where her husband gets sick at like an event. I think it was like a game.
Like a softball game or something. Fundraiser.
He wasn't the only person, though. Like a lot of people come down sick. And it was the water, apparently, right?
Yeah.
The water was making people sick. There's other biblical stuff that happened. Someone drank water and turned to blood. Is that what happened?
No, I think it was just poisoned.
Not him. It was someone else.
Oh. I remember that part.
Yeah, I think it was some.
At the very beginning, are you saying her colleague, the professor that drank it, she said that she was seeing whatever she saw, and then she dies.
Yeah.
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 It was the first death of the story. Yeah.
Yeah, but all sorts of stuff happens. Honestly, I thought there was gonna be more like the reason why I brought up Constantine earlier, famine, etc. I thought they were gonna go like lean harder into, like the sci-fi stuff.
How, do you like Prince of Egypt?
I love Prince of Egypt.
It's so funny.
Love it. Still on my playlist right now. You can look at my playlist right now.
Rachel is too.
soundtrack.
We came across a TikTok of like I'm a non-believer, but Prince of Egypt is up there as one of my favorite movies. That soundtrack alone.
That shit was.
I will get there.
Look, Prince of Egypt was ahead of his time.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was one of the first movies I went to the movie to see multiple times. I remember going back to see it and back to see it. Awesome.
Yeah, so good.
And you don't meet Moses until the end either.
Nope.
But Mo, he's coming to take you to the promised land.
Yes, he is.
He's coming to help you. Which I feel away though, because Thomas, you don't just push Thomas to the side, bro. Don't push Thomas to the side.
I think Moses is also played by what's his real name? But Sam from Holes. I could fix that. I'm pretty sure that's who that is.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't think the voice sounded like it, but I could have sworn I saw him in the breakdown.
That's cool. They got like a lot of big names in here.
Oh, huge names. Like I was dumbfounded when I saw the lineup. Let me see.
Oh, he's looking that up. Let me think of another good spoiler. So he does have the baby. And you know what she names the baby, guys? Joshua. She names the baby Joshua. And you know me, I know imagination to have an ass. I just knew she was going to name the baby Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Me too. I was like, yeah, you gonna do Jesus? We do Jesus over here?
Are we doing some Yahweh? Are we doing Yahweh? Yeah. You know, I was thinking in my head, I was like, she's definitely going to lean hard into this. But no, she did Joshua. Okay. Trying to think, is there another biblical name we missed?
Dule Hill.
Yep, that is. I can fix that.
Yep.
Giancarlo is in here.
As Luther Bell.
That's
that's going to be
Season 2
good.
Fire. Season 2 is fire. And they got, what's my dog from Children of Men? 12 Years a Slave, Children of Men. I can't pronounce his last name. Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking about the whole... Guys, I had the wrong guy.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. You're talking about
Chewy.
Yeah, Chewy. Yeah. No.
No, David Olewo. Oyelowo.
Wrong guy. That's the other guy. He was Lawrence Fishburne. Sam Jackson.
Yep. I did. Damn, Daniel Day Kim. Like everyone in here is a name.
Yeah.
Stephen Pasquale. He's a name. That's crazy. So guys, it has wow.
It has all of these people.
It has a lot of people.
You better list them. You better put the image there right there.
Right there. All these people popping up. All these people that are popping up right here.
Such an interesting way you put that.
Yeah. Anyways, great cast. If you don't like it for the story, you'll love it for the cast.
Yeah.
We're only in season 1, guys, so spoilers aren't going to be that deep. When we do spoiler 2 with Randy on, speaking into existence, we'll go deeper. But this is worth it. And also, guys, if you guys don't have a Audible account, use our code, which will be here. But you guys can also find it down there in the description.
Yeah.
Use our code. You'll get, I think it's 3 or 4 months free. And all this is a part. You'll get this book free. You don't have to worry about using the credits. It's a part of it's an Audible original. You'll get all the Audible originals.
Yeah, part of the catalog.
Etc. So, and if you guys have troubles accessing the free code, let me know.
Reach out to Cristiano.
DM me. DM him too.
Don't do it.
But yeah, thanks for joining us for another episode of Les Margins Podcast.
Les Margins Podcast.
Once again, this is our first Black History Month book. I know we're a little bit late with it. Don't trip though. Every day is Black History Month.
Yeah.
We are going to double down on this next week and a week after. We have some great author interviews coming up.
Great.
So keep an eye out for that.
Yeah. Thank you again for coming through. We will see you guys next week.
Peace.